How would you feel if you were 67 years old and you were still living in your hometown?
I would feel pretty sad.
I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to do it. You know everybody. Everybody knows you.
I mean, don't you lay in bed at night and think, what if I tried something else? I mean, there are a lot of people out there that have been going to the same grocery store since they were an infant.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting about living in your hometown forever, which I'm not knocking it, but you're in this little snow globe of reality. That's your world. Your grocery store, your gas station, your doctor. It's like this little simulation. You almost forget that there's a world outside of your hometown.
And I just want to preface, this video might not be for everybody, but if this speaks to you, maybe think about it. I think both of us are very free-spirited and want to travel the world, and growing up we did move around a lot in the state of Illinois, so now we have this hunger and this desire to get out. And she already got out.
I moved out of my home area, I'll say, when I was 21 years old, okay? And I could say it was the best decision I've ever done. She's also moved out, but she's back, and we're going to talk about both situations. But this is for the people who feel that desire that they need to get out. Let me just tell you, the amount of growth that I've experienced these last 2 years of my life have been expedited solely because I've moved into a new area, away from everyone I knew, away from my norm. Sometimes we just need to see something new.
And listen, I always talk about this. What you know is all you know. So if you're from Kansas, you might not even know that you have a heart and a soul that belongs in New York City or belongs in San Diego. But just because you were born somewhere doesn't mean that you're not meant for more. That was just where you were placed. If anything, go out and see where your soul truly is fulfilled. I know that my soul is not happiest in Illinois. I need sunshine. I need warm weather. That's what makes me happiest, and it really doesn't take that much to find out. But I think most people don't move because they're scared. And I don't know, like, scared of what? I mean, can you talk about kind of your experience?
Yes, you guys, if you are on the fence about moving away from your hometown, you need to full send do it, okay? You're going to be scared, but here's the thing about scaredness: you grow when you're scared. Again, this is for the people that have that inkling that want to move. If you don't want to move and you're fully comfortable there, I still encourage you, maybe consider going out, because your reality, your perception of reality is so limited when you only see one culture, when you only see one way of living. I grew up in the Chicagoland area, as well as Chicago as my later teens went up, and I saw a specific group of people. Look, I didn't even move to a new country, but I could say moving down to the south, I see a whole different species of humanity. Moving out broadens your perspective of the world. I don't care if you're scared. Like, this will grow you. I'm shaped because I pushed myself, because I can't go home to mommy and daddy, and because now I have to rely on myself to pay my bills. It was hard. It's hard, but you grow. You guys, and life is so much more than your hometown, okay? Those 5,000-10,000 people that you see in your little town, like, that's not the world. They all act the same because they're from the same place. Get out. See the world. It's different than what you think.
Yeah, and I think that's why it's best to do, I mean, obviously whenever, but we're both 23, and this is kind of like the perfect time to do it. I mean, in my position, I don't have a husband or kids or literally anything holding me back, so why wouldn't I do it? And, you know, I talked about this the other day, but, like, if you're trying to meet somebody, like, what are the odds your person is in your hometown? Like, if that just happened for everybody, no one would have to move. They would just be meeting, and no, there's billions of people to meet out there and things to see. Don't you want to explore? And worst comes to worst, you don't like it, you can always go home. But I feel like it's just so, I mean, there are so many studies and just entrepreneurs and successful people that say a big reason they grew and became successful is because they were on their own. I mean, there's something about not having the comfort of your family there, and just having to rely on yourself. It is scary.
Yeah, because when you have to rely on yourself and you're put in that situation, you get to know yourself more. And guys, at the end of the day, we are all that we have, truly. Yes, we have family, yes, we have friends, but the amount of times we're alone with ourselves, I think that's something that moving away has really showed me, is that I was able to really depend on myself unlike no other. And I can't even imagine how people already move countries alone, or even solo travel. So if you're unsure of where to move, you know, maybe travel at first, taste different cities, go to different areas, pray on it. God, where do you want me to go? Truly, I don't think that there's a single human out here, unless it's for family circumstances, that shouldn't try moving out of their hometown. Like, it just makes sense, you guys. Again, like what I was saying, you living in the same place your whole life, like, you're formed by a set group amount of people. Your identity is shaped by that place, you know? People from Chicago, I could say, are very different from people from the South, because they're raised in different areas. So if you want to see the expanse of who you really are, you need to remove yourself from the location that built you up. You need to see who you are in different spots. It'll bring different things out of you. And that's something that we're both very passionate about, is like seeing ourselves as the full people God created us to be. But you can't do that if you're stuck in the same space, especially like seriously living in the same neighborhood that you grew up. Like, that your worldview isn't fully developed.
Yeah, you can't grow past a certain point. That's all you know. And again, this is why I'm kind of speaking to people our age. Like, now is the time to do it, guys. We have one life. I feel claustrophobic even just thinking about it.
Yeah, me too.
I need to get out. And yeah, I'm actually moving to Florida. But so yeah, this is just me. I'm still in my hometown right now. I went to Virginia for a bit, but just saying it like now, I'm just honestly sick of seeing the same buildings.
Not only is it good to move out of your space, but I think it's sometimes beneficial to move away from your family as well. I know we love them, you guys, but again, when your identity is so attached to, you know, being your parents' daughter, being your parents' son, and like always, you know, having that comfort of them there, you might not be able to be free and fly and go somewhere, you know? Like, not that my parents limited me, but I realized that I was depending on them sometimes, even for like money, like when I was with my dad. And now it's like I don't feel comfortable asking my dad for money. Like, I live on my own, like I'm a grown adult. Like, it just changes like your priorities. You fully feel like, oh, I'm an adult now. And I mean, even if you're older watching this, like, all I can say is my relationship with my family's actually grown because I've stepped away, and that just might be my family dynamic. I know some people like can be around their family all the time and it can be a really good relationship. I mean, for me, I find that it's better when I move away and have more space. I think a lot of people can relate to that. So keep that in mind too. You know, you might be worried, oh, my family. No, your relationship with them might actually be better. You actually make the time. When you spend time with them, it's quality. It's not just quantity. A lot of families just spend quantity time, but there's no quality in there. Yes, you see each other passing through the halls, but are you guys really communicating like deeply? Are you really going on fun family dates? You know, just because you live in the same house, breathe the same air, doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah, and I was talking to someone who felt selfish about stepping away because they thought that they needed to take care of their parents, and I get that to a certain extent, but you guys, I've been stepping into this era I'm not used to, but we need to be selfish. If you have a desire to get out and start your own life the way I do right now, I'm sorry, but we need to do it.
Yeah.
We are in control of ourselves, especially me. I'm not a parent yet, and I feel like I would fall into mindsets or habits like I need to parent my parents because I just want them to have the best life. But what am I supposed to do? Stay in my hometown and raise them? Like, no, like, they're fully adults. They fully can do the things. They lived 30 years without me.
Yeah.
So I need to stop feeling guilty. I think that some people might be able to relate to that and just wanting to stay close and make sure that everyone's okay. Like, if you have that same personality as me, maybe people pleaser. But I think that's another huge reason I need to get out. Yeah. I need to be able to almost not have anyone around me for a little bit just so I can solely focus on my own needs. And if the proximity isn't too close, I won't be able to really get in the way or help, which you guys know what I'm saying. This isn't supposed to sound rude. It's just for myself. Yeah. I need to be selfish right now.
I don't think there's any negatives to doing this. I think the only negative would be if you're doing it just, you know, poorly, if not planning, if not, you know, saving money. That was the error I did, was I only moved with $1,000 in my bank account to South Carolina. It was horrible. Don't do that. You know, plan for this type of move. But, you know, as someone who's done it, honestly, I get it. You know, my personality is a lot more out there. I know not everybody, you know, has that outward personality. However, I don't see any negatives. I think the only thing it could be you're gonna grow. Yeah, you'll be uncomfortable, but you're gonna grow. You're really gonna grow. You're like a butterfly being sent off a bird falling from its nest. Again, it doesn't matter how old you are, I think you can benefit from this move.
So, if you've been thinking about getting out, this might be your sign.
Yeah, you guys, I really, really encourage you to do it. If you're on the fence, do it. If you're on the fence, oh my gosh, that's your answer, yes.
We do pray over every video, like we said. ask God to show this to every single person that needs to see it.
Yeah.
So if you are watching this, maybe think about it.
Yeah, you guys, I think you'll have so much fun just getting a different worldview, different perspective. Life is one life. Just live somewhere else, guys. It's fun. Get to know new streets, get to see new things, see new people. You'll be so surprised at how much you love it and how much you actually were like, whoa, I should have done this sooner or something. Like, obviously not sooner, because if you're right out of college, can't always do it sooner.
Be smart financially.
Yeah, you guys. All right, well, we hope you got inspired to move, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.